Don't see me. I'm the Osiris of this shit. Peace and power, peace and power, peace and power to the people that struggle. Peace and power to the people of the struggle. How you do? I thank the universal truth, okay, and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is a space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for conversation. Comments and concerns, questions and answers. This is a space for dialogue, a space of intelligence, of integrity, a space of encouragement, a space of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, love, hella right, a space of justice. This is your space, a space where we are working on a what? A united path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Green screens, apps with cash, pals that pay, unions that are Western. Crams with money. Red cups, blue cups, squeegee man pockets, goddammit, teacups, kettles, Salvation Army buckets. Damn it. It's the Hummer Fund, the collection plate, all that. It's a war going on outside. Trinidad and Tobago. It's a war going on outside. Nigeria. It's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you cuffed up, bailing out. Don't wait until all your former teammates and colleagues in the league see you. Don't wait until you are face down on the pavement. Don't wait until the plastic cuffs is on. Don't wait till you're running and getting the pink slip from HR. Book an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, book an assessment. Stop sending each other outside with goddamn sirloin on your eye, Band-Aid under the other, eye jammy, speed knots. Stop sending each other outside with slings and things. Get yourselves an assessment. Stop embarrassing the kids in the community. If you or anyone you know is in need of an intimate relationship, abuse consultation and counseling, book an assessment. That means brother and sister. That means auntie and nephew. That means boss and employer. That means you, your mailman. Intimate relationship. You understand? Book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you. Characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness. What? That pot been boiling since yesterday. What's going on? Characters and characteristics. Okay, that should heighten your awareness. Okay? Past traumas, conversations, places, events, situations that should have your alertness levels on 1,000. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. Peace and power. What's going on? Who we got to tag tonight? Yes, indeedy. Tag yourselves. Tag your classmates, damn it. Tag your little brother, your little sister. Damn it, tell them inside. This is the last phone click. It's 10:30. They on an island and you're on the phone with them. Tell them I'm coming on. Somebody get to somebody's tablet. Yeah, put down your moonshine and your wild Irish rose and your muscatel. Put your little tweeds down. It's time for class, damn it. Who we got coming to class, coming to class, coming to class? Patrick Beverly, bring your ass down. You, sir, come to class. Come on, Patrick. Yeah, come on with your old fay loving ass. Bring your ass to class. Let's go. Come on. Nicki. Darling Nicki, Tricky Minaj, bring your ignorant ass to class. And your barbs. If you got barbs out there, damn it, tell the barbs to bring their ass to class too. Yeah, I'm ready for them. Come on to class, barbs. And your plastic BBLs and your shit. Come on to class. Sit your little fat rubber butt down. Yeah. T Trizzle, you gotta come to class too, 47. Come on. Come on. And Chicago. Chi-Town, y'all in the building. Bring y'all asses to class. Yeah. Come on, Chi-Town. Yeah, and while you at it, damn it, let's see. Who's in class tonight? Goddamn, look at that shit. Merk Low first in class. What up, Merk Low? Ken Williams. Ooh, right behind him. And yes, Mr. Strictly Gay LA in the building. 1, 2, 3. They up in they seat like this. Yeah. When we talk my hood center highlights, what's going on? Who? BK who? BK Springy, goddamn early, goddamn class. I see you. Tierra the youngin' in here. Andre Jones in here. Chris, Threats, Philly in the building. What up, Philly? We see you, lovely lady. What up? Ab, what up, Ab? We see you. Bam Woods, Philly in the building. Philly gonna be deep, y'all. I see it already. Dust Fro, what up? What? Ramos, what up? What up? We see you. Sean Jenkins, what up? NFNT, we see you. Jean, Aline, Karim. Canada's in the building. Y'all first responder. The lifesaver. What up, Jean? We see you. Charles, what up? Angel, what up? The intellectual soapbox is in the building. Relationship expert. Uh-oh. Y'all better go see Soap. Yeah. Uh-oh. Philly Neef Buck. What up, Neef? GB. What up? Yeah, we see it. Construction Site Media TV. What up? Yeah, it's the low. My brother-in-law hit me with the low sweat. You know it. Yeah. Mike, what up, Mike? Philly Deep. Damn, Philly Deep in the building. Philip Boone, what up? Kenny Mac, DC. In the area. Jeff Sparks, what up? What up? April, yup, see, Kenny Mac, and then April for the DMVs up. Uh-oh, they coming. They coming. Angel, what up? We see you. We see you got your sleep. I see you, April. Okay. I hear you, Teach. I hear you. Sincere Truth, peace. What up, Almighty? Peace, 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 peace. Who else up in here? Who's that? Yeah, goddamn it, let's go. Let's go. Who we starting with, y'all? I say, who we starting with? Nah, we know where we going. We gotta get rid of, the most serious. Well, they're all kind of serious tonight. But since this is my expertise and we always talk about it, and I always tell y'all to book your assessments, you understand what I'm saying? Because this is what happens. When you don't have anger management, when you get triggered, when you have past trauma, when you are in an intimate relationship setting, okay, shit like this happens. And it happens more and more and more. Right? Just yesterday, in my regular travels between different sections of Brooklyn, Coming right around Brownsville, East New York border, what we have, right? Officer gets grazed in the face. SG, bang! Uh-huh. Almost got his head knocked off. Police now. Why? Because of what? What they're calling a neighborly dispute. Homie backed out the SG. Boom. Bodied his neighbor. Police came. Try to air out the police. He gets clapped. And what we have is 2 unalived melanated men. Now, I don't know what kind of dispute. I don't know if it was ongoing. I don't know if it was just a humble. You know, they saying the young man is a vet. So, could be one of them Iraq war vets, or anything could have triggered him. We don't know. We don't know if he was under some type of therapeutic services. But hey, son got bodied. You understand? That's what I'm talking about when it's intimate relationships. You dig? These are relations when we relate to each other, when we neighbors have a relationship, even if it's just a head acknowledgement, even if it's just a I see you. You know, we communicate, we speak, there's language involved, there's a relationship of some sort. We relate, and it's intimately. If it's on your block, that's where you live. That's an intimate setting. This is your home. And you can get triggered. What up, Lord? Peace. You dig? You could get triggered, and just that easy, you could get bodied, somebody could body you, which is why as a community we need to be well aware of who we are, our triggers, and how we dealing with each other in these social settings, right? So now, perfect example of somebody who we've witnessed in his day job, triggered and acting an ass. Patrick Beverly, former NBA player Patrick Beverly, bring your ass to class. You, sir, have been accused of abuse. Yeah. And we seen how he act on the court. We've seen several of these athletes on the court or on the field or in the baseball diamond or wherever doing some real weird, outlandish stuff, you know, displaying not aggression, but anger and rage. So now, here we go in an intimate relationship, right? Right? Former NBA player Patrick Beverly faces a third-degree felony assault charge after he was arrested on November 14th. God diggity damn it. It's too late. Too late. Patrick, too late. I am not a lawyer. I know a lot about the law. I know how to shepherdize. I know how to, you know, put a little couple of briefs together. But I am no lawyer, sir. It is too late. Unless when this is over, they tell you to seek and receive anger management. I can't help you, bruh. It's too late. He was booked at the Fort Bend County, Texas jail and charged with assault, family violence, household member, and impeding a family member's breathing or circulation, and posted a $40,000 bond. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that's pretty serious. That's pretty serious. The rest circumstances are detailed in a probable cause affidavit. Okay? According to the affidavit, deputies were dispatched to the home of Beverly's mother, Lisa, who's in the thumbnail. You know, that picture with him and that woman in the thumbnail, that's his mama, and his I believe his non-original piece. who is a little bit masculine in the grill piece, especially along the jawline. Yeah, he got him one of them type of old face. Yup, one of them palm colors. Yes, he does. His mother, Lisa's home in Texas, a Houston suburb, right? In the early morning hours of November 14th, the mother had called Beverly to confront his teenage sister and her 18-year-old boyfriend, both of whom were in the residence. Okay? Huh? In the residence. Okay, check it out now. Upon arriving at the home, Beverly then confronted his sister, who is 15 years old. Now, I don't know what's the rules down there, huh? Sure, live in peace. Peace, A Boogie. I don't know what's going on. Jonathan Kid, what up? Ooh, boy, if it's going to be decent tonight. All of them up in here. Let's go. I don't know what it's like down there in the South. Okay, I wasn't down there when I was 15. I think the last time I visited family, I was 14, 15 last 14, 13 or 14 the last summer I spent down there. You know, nah, I didn't get no tail. So I don't know what 18-year-old is doing with a 15-year-old calling or claiming boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know where they do that at. We don't do that up here. If we do, it might be in the Bronx. Sorry, Bronx. But now we're not doing 18 and 15. No, sir. Nah. The affidavit states that the sister has snuck out to meet her boyfriend, identified as an 18-year-old. I'm not going to say his name. Beverly's sister stated that Patrick grabbed her by the neck with both hands. Now, when have we seen somebody do that? By the neck with both hands. That's some Homer Simpson shit. I'm going to be 1,000 with it. So now Patrick Beverly is taking on the characteristics and the behavior of Homer Simpson. He done grabbed this 15-year-old girl in the throat with both hands and picked her up off the ground by having her feet come up off the floor. What are we doing? You grab your little sister by the throat, by the neck with both hands and lift her off her feet. Really? Okay. Patrick Beverly squeezed her neck, causing her to feel pain. She felt as she was losing oxygen and not able to breathe. The sister also said Beverly laid her on a couch, stood over her, and punched him once in the left eye, adding that he made a statement to her during the assault to the extent that he will be the family relative to unalive her. This is on the affidavit. Intimate relationship abuse. Deputies observed visible neck marks and bursted blood vessels in the whites of her eyes, consistent with strangulation. This is what the police say. The sister stated that Beverly took her out of the bedroom by the neck and slammed her body across the walls of an open room area in the house. A 15-year-old girl. Now, after he was arrested and bonded out, he got on social media talking about, yo, hold up. Don't believe everything you hear. It gets tricky. Because at some turn, we would have to bring moms in on this because moms is there. and ask moms what's going on with Shorty at 15, claiming the 18-year-old that you know about. And now that she's sneaking out because she's not ready, she's immature, okay? What role did you play in this, Mom? To now you calling this dude who's not right and exact. We done seen him in action. Okay? If you are a basketball fan, somebody who's enjoys watching the sport, you know who he is. You know who he is. Okay, Baby Yoda, we know that. What's going on? Good money. We see you. Kichi, what up? Huh? Well, I mean, piano lessons may be good. Listen, we all know what we were doing at 14, 15, 16 years old, to be honest, right? I wasn't taking piano lessons, and I was a very intelligent teenager. Remember, I got skipped. I skipped the 8th grade, was out of high school early. Shit, by the time I was 16 and a half, going on 17, out of high school. But I wasn't taking no piano lessons. Shit, I was in the street. Not going front. But I damn sure was not in the space where I was claiming anybody like that. No. No. And definitely if I was claiming them or I had, little experiences and stuff, it wasn't with nobody younger. No. And definitely not coming from a space where, and I don't know the situation, but I do know that in his social media accounts, he's very family oriented. He's around the mother consistently. So I have to assume he's around the sister. He keeps his little old face, strong jawed chick with them. You understand? So I have to make the assumption that Shorty is not wanting for anything financially and all that. Like I'm sure she's not in dire straits. Definitely sure she's not working like we were when we were 15 and 16 with our first gigs. You know what I'm saying? I was working my senior year in high school. Yes, it was. Top flight messenger, running around the city with my petty cash of tokens. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so she not in dire straits. Okay, NBA or former NBA basketball playing brother with a podcast. Why is the 18-year-old claiming her? I don't know. That's on Mars. But now that the situation is out of control, you call this nut. And what does he do? He come in there like Wile E. Coyote. Now, I don't know how it was for you in this class as far as growing up. I don't know if y'all have kids. I don't know if y'all girl dads. But one thing that I was taught, being a new parent to a little girl, was that I should never, ever put my hands on her. No spanking, none of that. And she'll be 21 in June. I've never spanked her, ever. Because when you do that, you are putting in their mind that it's okay for a man to put hands on them. You're training them in that space if you are a man. You understand? There's different ways that men can discipline little girls. So if you introduce that to them, what do you think they're going to grow up believing? That it's okay for a man to put his hand on women. right? Now, of course, she was raised to understand you don't put your hand on no man. You don't put your hand on anyone. However, you do know how to defend yourself. If it gets silly, you know your knife game is official. You know what to do if your life is in danger and you have to defend yourself. And I'm also educating her on the fact every day that no one in your house should be a threat. You should never have to come home to a threat, to a space of uneasiness, to a space of negative energy. Your home's supposed to be your comfort. So you're not supposed to be around no man. He's always argumentative. He's always in a fit. He's not stable up here. You nervous and scared. Nah. We don't do that. I never seen that coming up. No, my father had all type of issues. Never was violent in the crib. So no, we don't do that. So I'm making an attempt to see what's going on in that household. You know, so this little brown girl has an 18-year-old claiming her mother knows her brother, who may be, because I don't see any other men in there or coming around, who she's acknowledging as who he is. He got an OFA. So whatever type of discipline may be going on in there, she may not be checking for the OFA. I told you the OFA looks strong in the jaw. I wouldn't even have known that if we didn't research this case right here. But he looked real strong in the jaw. And you never can tell with them palm colors, so we don't know. But we do know what the affidavit said and these charges are. And homie, you wowing. You need some counseling. If you can grab up a 15-year-old girl up off her feet by her throat, you wilding. What did you just teach her in that little traumatic event? What did you show that OFA girl that you got? Because if you put your hands around her neck, or your ass going to jail for real. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe the sister seeing you speak so lovingly to this OFA. Maybe. And now you put your hands on her and threaten to unalive her? Man, it's a lot going on in that house, y'all. It's a lot going on in that house. But as I always say, without an assessment, without really understanding who you are and your triggers, this too can be you. Yeah. You can find yourself in a pickle. In a little jammy jam. Because you light with your hands. You did? You said he was watching NBA classic clips. His ass gonna be watching a lot of TV in jail. If Shorty go all the way, she's still a minor. If they go all the way, he gonna be watching more than classic clips. His ass gonna be in there watching the stories. On account. Going to child. From NBA to child. That's a hell of a transition. For what? Because you don't know how to speak to a 15-year-old? Just sister? I'm telling you. People be going through it. But again, These athletes, these entertainers, you dig? Hey, man, I'm telling you, chasing that bag, chasing white dreams, chasing privilege, yeah, get you every time. You said the state gonna pick it up. Damn, Jonathan Kidd, you just putting that energy all in the air. The state gonna pick it up. He going to jail. God damn it. God damn it. He going to jail. Oh man. Oh, he going to jail. Watch it, Patrick. Watch it, Grippers. Watch it. Watch it. Your man Stephen A might be in there with you, Patrick, so don't worry about it. I heard they just fired his ass. Ain't that right, Ricky? And they just canned his ass from NBA something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all these good, hard working for the palm-colored people, niggers. Yeah, they going down hard and fast. I told y'all. Y'all better stay here in class. I'm telling you, the more you stay here, the more we educate each other and support each other, the more we can coast through these troubling times. But if I can't do it, man, I just can't do it. I'm serious, man. I would have loved to have a big, well, I still got some time, man. I wanted to do something real decent before the new year come up in the community, but couldn't stack. War effort is people need, so I gotta get it to them when they need. And let me say this. I've seen people do a lot of disingenuous shit. Like I've seen local politicians giving out these little turkeys and all that and posting it and showing people. When people really down bad, it's embarrassing. So a lot of them don't want the camera on them, especially when I'm there, because they know I know their children, and their children should be doing the shit that I'm doing because y'all allow me to do it with the war effort. So that's, it get mixy, but this season is hectic. This is where the most intimate relationship violence takes place. They stress, people are getting together, they ain't seen each other in years. You got auntie coming through, she might have a palm-colored person come with her, to the cook and the eat out and all that. Old Unc might have just came home and he was a custody before he went in. It's a lot that's going to go on within the next few weeks. So I wanted to, make sure I was as effective as I could be, but again, it gets scarce. I'm telling you, in real time, y'all just don't know. Shit. I'm looking for these pennies. I know some of these pennies is going to be worth money. I'm trying to turn that into the real war effort. Yeah. Find some of them old time copper shits. Them shits might be worth $18 for 1 penny. I could feed a couple of people with that. So, Patrick, if you go through, you need to cop out. I'm telling you now, because this is statements that's already out in the universe. Your sister made the statement. She spoke to the police, the detectives, and we seen how you act on the court. Don't play with these people. Don't do the Tory lanes and all that other shit and try to go to trial. Cop out. Get your little probation and keep it moving. And keep your hands off your sister and any melanated woman for that matter. Okay? Yeah, so get Patrick Beverly and his old funny hairstyle ass up out of here. Strong jaw, old fade. Yeah, go ahead. It's a lot of layers to that. A lot of different layers, man. Next up, and this has been very triggering for a lot of people. And initially, I was very triggered as well watching this video. I mean, it had me tight for a minute, and then I had to rewatch it. Then I had to see the updates. And I'm watching the updates, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing. So now in class, here we go. Another intimate relationship abuse incident coming out of Chicago. And I have no notes for this. No notes for this. This is all right here from what I've been watching. Now, since, was it yesterday? Did I first see it, or did I first see that today? I believe it was late last night. Seeing the video circulating of a mother being jumped, stomped out by children. Babies, even. Couple of little girls had pink backpacks. These is babies. Stomped this lady out. So immediately, I was tight because I'm looking at it and I'm like, hold up. Ain't no way. No babies supposed to be stomping out no grown-ass woman. This not high schoolers where you can say, yo, them got them big-ass high school kids. No, these was babies. Okay? Whooping this lady out. So now I'm looking, I'm like, she don't carry herself. She wasn't moving like a custody. Though the kids was acting like that. And that's why you really have to look through these videos. You have to really look. Yeah, definitely Jonathan Kid, I was going there. So the kids is, heating up on her, talking about her ashy skin, look at her ankles, look at this, look at that, look at this, right? Her kid is timid, and what people don't immediately see is that she didn't only have the son who is 9, you had a 6-year-old as well. Now, when you watch it, you say, yo, why this lady didn't fight back? These is kids. That's what hits you first. And I'm like, she's just taking it. What's going on? Until they get the upper hand and they really browse out on her and the son. Okay. So now that starts circulating. The kids is themselves recording it. And it's just nasty. It was a mess. So we start getting updates. Come to find out the woman has sickle cell. Which, now you see why she was so frail. Now you see, maybe it wasn't that she was ashy because she didn't, she wasn't kept up. Hey, you got all type of stuff going on with sickle cell. Skin may be dry as soon as she hit the air. It's like me. You could do all this Aquaphor and all that shit. As soon as your ass hit outside and get to the car and that cold wind hit, you dry up. Your ass just get dry like you ain't put nothing on. You understand? But however, it was a situation where she was trying to protect her kids who were getting bullied. Frankie Fierce, what's going on? Her son was being bullied, and they was following her on her route home. At a point of which they surrounded her and started hooking and assaulting her. Man, it gets deep. So now I'm going through different vids. I'm reading different comments. I'm seeing now the community is outraged in the shop. And then I had to really look and say, hold on. If she knows these kids and she knows that these are the kids that have been bullying hers, she might have not hooked. She might not have fought because of who these kids were. Now, they are babies, but they might have older brothers and sisters and uncles who put that thing up at any given time. And knowing that she's not well, she's not 1000%, knowing that if she hits or touches one of these kids, it might be up for her. And she didn't have no real support or nobody to hold her down. She herself might have been bullied coming up as a child. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot that I had to sit back and say, yo, hold on, man. What's the teachable moment in this space? So now I see I believe he's a state representative, a state senator. He's at the school trying to get information, and the community is tight. They had close to about 250 people out there in front of the school while he was talking and explaining to the crowd what was going on, that he had met with the mother, he had met with her children who were being bullied consistently, and now the community's in an outrage, looking for the kids, whip they ass, fire the principal, and all this other weirdness. But I'm saying, hold on. In order for young kids, children, babies to act like that, that is a learned behavior. They learn that from somewhere. To surround, to jump on. That's learned. So the very community that's feigning as if they so outraged, y'all allowed it. We know Chicago numbers. We know their numbers from this point to the pandemic, back to the pandemic. We know y'all numbers. We know y'all numbers from pre-pandemic. We know the culture, the subculture of what Chicago has become. Shit. We know Chicago from good times. Dig it, Mad Dog was trying to knock JJ head off. They had Michael in the fix. Okay? This ain't new for Chi-Town. Not at all. GDs, folks. Huh? Come on now. Yeah. So there's been a culture of not nurturing kids and kids learning out on how to navigate the streets on their own, even that young. Okay? That young. Well, what's the other clique? Oh man, what's the other clique out of the shop? Not the El Rukins, not the GDs. Oh, what's the other clique? And they put homie in a wheelchair. He was banging for a good minute too. And he just got unalived not too long ago. I said, what, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about in the shot. You got El Rukin, you got Vice Lords. Yes. Okay. So the mother could have been extra paranoid. Okay, knowing who these kids might have been affiliated with. Maybe knowing the family and in that neighborhood and knowing she had nobody to hold her down. What's Vice Lord's dude's name? That's Willie, right? Willie Lloyd, Willie Floyd. Ain't that Willie? Yeah, I think that's Willie. They did him dusty too. Anyway, so they you know, in the chance of whip their ass and fire the principal, he's talking and saying that, you know, we have to be more proactive. So again, they bring the mother back. All right, she goes to the school to, you know, give her report on what's going on. The community's behind her. She's in love with the support, you know, and even though the kids are traumatized, I mean, Chicago should move different. I know it's no one incident that's going to have them come up out of it because, man, man, they put in work. Remember, I told you, they're the reason that I was into anti-gun violence in the community work. I was trained by Chicago in the kill violence, the Operation Ceasefire way of dealing with it. Okay, by the original. Not no by the originals. I'm talking about Frank, okay, Kobe, okay, Marcus, okay, Sister Mina, okay, Tio, Hart, like the originals taught me how to do all this. All right? So it's going to take work, consistent work. But come on, man. Y'all babies don't respect and understand that that's a mother. I got some work to do. And I'm glad that I always pause a minute before I speak on something because I like to have everything. I'm not coming to class, right, with the hammer half. No. I want to get a full picture of what's going on. But it's been testy out there. The community is up because not only did they film it, they was filming from the beginning. From the very beginning. These is babies. This is why I keep telling y'all this is their language. The technology, that shit, they born into it. So it's in their palm. So they, they could use it for good. They could use it as a weapon, but they using it already. So in the course of them trying to use it to, speak with their peers and big themselves up, they're also telling on themselves. They don't get that part. I'm telling these are kids that's in middle school. From elementary to middle school. What they know about jumping on people and stomping people out. Okay? It's real. It's real. Again, I was leaning a different way. That's why I said, let me hold on. I got to get the story because ain't no way no grown woman supposed to let no kids whip up on her like that. I mean, I said, let me chill. I got to get more info on this. I have to because it was bothering the hell out of me. Okay? Bothering the hell out of me. So, now we know the story. We know that the community is behind her. Of course, the police is making their presence known and making an attempt to be involved in all this. But now we got to fix this on our own. That should show you, nurture your kids because, man, he said it as an elected official that we don't want the parents in jail. But that was in New York City? Frankie Fears, much appreciation for the first war effort of the night. What's going on? If that was New York City, they parents would be in the, oh man. Because this filming, recording it, putting it on the net, that's cyberbullying. That's a charge right there off the rip. Yeah. And being that they that young, them parents is going down hard and fast in NYC. I keep telling y'all, I keep educating y'all, don't do shit near a public school, near any kind of school, middle school, any of that in NYC. It's a felony. You fighting another parent on school grounds in front of kids, that's a felony. You going down. You threaten the principal, felony. You hook on a teacher, felony. Yeah. So cool your heels. Make sure you got anger management before you take your ass up to that school to be beefing, or your ass will be on the child. I'm telling you. While we at it, I told y'all from the first time I've been coming on the internet, I wrote 3 books. I'm telling you now, y'all gotta go to Google or Kindle, Amazon Kindle, and get the All-American Justice System Handbook. Because people keep going to jail. That's why I wrote it. I'm like, yo, if my people aren't going to listen to this, I have to put in the book. They gotta get it every kind of way because they not stopping. I was hoping, I was hoping, I said, you know what? If I'm out here, if I'm on the internet enough, if I'm speaking enough, I could prevent people from having the thoughts of being engaged in criminality. But that don't work. Thank you, C Blaze. It don't work. So go read about it. Okay, read about it. Download it, order it, do whatever you want to do. But y'all keep going to jail. Strictly game, we just talked about that. Our people stay going to jail. And I said it years ago. No matter what, I'm writing this book. Hopefully it will prevent people from reading all of the shit you got to be on point for. All of the things that could happen. I wrote from A to Z. Everything is in there. Okay? The All-American Justice System Handbook. Get it. Because y'all going to jail. I don't understand it. Y'all like that shit. So, okay? Construction Site Media, much appreciation for the super chat. Since Patrick Beverly could be on his way to jail. Since these Chicago parents, yeah, they might find their ass up in a bad situation. Y'all need this book. Y'all need, or if you work in the spot, or if you thinking of working in the jail, get the book. I'm telling you, you're going to read that shit, you'll have second and third thoughts about going up in there. Okay? It is not a cakewalk at all. Your grippers could get compromised. Whether you a CO, an officer, a sheriff, a civilian staff, or if you part of the general population of criminals, your grippers could get compromised. So get the book, damn it. I'm telling you, it has not stopped. Not one time. It hasn't dropped a percentage point. People still going to jail. Why y'all like going to jail? That shit ain't the move. No, not at all. So Chicago, get your shit right. Patrick Beverly, get your shit right. God damn it, let's get busy. I know why y'all here. Yeah, I know why y'all here. Damn it, it's 11:20. Damn it, we've been on for 53 minutes. I know why y'all here. God damn it, let's get to it. Tricky Nicki Minaj, bring your ass to class, plastic booty. Yeah, yeah. Come on down. Come on down. We tried to give you a break in this class many a time, but you's a dummy. You bumped your head, didn't you, Nicki? Yeah, you did. You bumped your head. Now everybody trying to cancel you. And I'm like, nah, don't cancel her. Don't cancel her. We got to go through every level of this shit. We got to get to the layers of why she would do some dumb shit like this. Do y'all hear me? Call the Bobs. Call them. Tell them to bring their ass to class. I dare you. I dare them. I dare them. Get your screen recording devices on right now, y'all. Yeah, because we can have fun tonight. Yeah, Nicki Minaj, you dummy. Yeah, come on, you want to be a politician, huh? You want to talk politics shop, huh? Yeah, bring your ass to class. Yeah. Every extra helping of your ass that you don't put in there, bring it to class. You stood tall with T-47 in the face of knowing that he did some things to Billy Jeff. You know, two presidents ain't supposed to act like that. Yeah, nah, man, nah. You stood your ass on stage and stood. Listen, all black folk, and I keep getting different TikToks and different vids showing black folk who was banging for Trump, and they ain't got nothing. They looking crazy. The Herschel Walker nigga, the Tim Scott nigga, all these bozos got nothing. Why you wait till this late in the game, Nicki? Nicki Minaj, why did you wait this late in the game? Because see, it's whispers that you've been messing with Trump a long time. Maybe because he from Queens and you from, I don't know. But they say, and this is what they say, that you've been banging for Trump for a long time. Now, Trump put out a statement, and I want y'all to listen up. Because, see, they trying to ignore that other shit, but we won't be ignored. I won't be ignored. Okay? They trying to ignore what they done said about this man and him giving head. I ain't gonna never forget that. Ever. Ever. Just like we ain't never forget that George Washington supposed to have wooden teeth and that he took teeth out of our deceased ancestors and all that. And we ain't forgetting that. I'm never going to forget the fact that somebody said Trump, old fake ass, gave Bill Clinton, old fake ass, some brain. Nah, man. Nah, y'all old face ain't never living that down. Just like I never lived down the fact that they said J. Edgar Hoover was the first Caitlyn. I'm never gonna forget that, you weak ass old face. What are you talking about, A. Wood? You ain't know that? That's yesterday news, A. Wood. That's 2 days ago news, A. Wood. Yeah, they said 47. Yeah, said 47 got busy on old Billy Jeff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Washed them. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if the toupee was on. Oh, I don't know. But this is what he said. And we're going to start with this statement right here. Donald J. Trump. Check it out now. Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Okay? In Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being unalived. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a quote-unquote country of particular concern. But that is the least of it. When Christians or any such group is slaughtered like is happening in Nigeria, okay, 31,000 versus 4,476 worldwide. So they saying worldwide that people worldwide, globally, have distinctly looked at Christians and unalived them and persecuted them. But in Nigeria, 31,000. Not 31,000, 3,100. 3,100. Worldwide, 4,476. This is what Trump said. Now, 3,100 in Nigeria. Let's continue. Something must be done. I'm asking Congressman Raleigh Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. Now, this is what 47 said. Okay, what he a day or two after we found out what he done did to Billy Jeff. Yeah. So now I'm asking myself, like, man, these dudes just don't quit. Nigeria is a country of particular concern. Listen, President, President 47, or is it President 69? I don't know. I don't know what you and Billy Jeff got going on. So it could be President 69. It could be the number, but we're gonna say 47. You're talking about a slaughter in Nigeria of Christians. You did nothing about the genocide in Palestine. Matter of fact, you did do something. You gave the Israelis money, billions of dollars. You and old Joe, Sleepy Joe, consistently gave them billions of dollars to unalive 69,000 Palestinians since 2023 October. Tax dollars. Y'all didn't try to stop. Y'all didn't say that y'all was concerned about Israel and what they were doing to Muslims, what they have been doing to Muslims all around that region. Not at all. But you are concerned about Christians in Nigeria. This is what you want the world to believe. No, sir. We don't believe that. We don't believe you. No. You need more people. We don't believe that. However, Nicki Minaj did. Yeah, rapper Nicki Minaj believed him and says she's been inspired by him. You dumbass Barbie doll. You stupid ass dummy. You're a dummy, Nicki. Or, now let me get this straight because I want y'all to understand it because a lot of people are triggered. Y'all want to cancel her. She could be a stupid ass dummy being used. Or she had no choice. They sent for her. Okay? She may not have had a choice. And we're going to get into it. Okay? Let's go. First of all, we're going to go to the notes. Rapper Nicki Minaj brought her star power to the United Nations to draw global attention to the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Okay? Not to the Muslims in Palestine, not attention to the war in Sudan, not attention to the minors that's consistently being unalived in the Congo under them poor work conditions. Nothing. Your black ass from Queens, New York, Nicki Minaj, you standing with Trump. Y'all get this, right? Y'all understand what she's saying. And she said the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. When we just watched, and we're still watching, Palestinians be slaughtered. bombed, damn near wiped off the face of the earth. You riding with a team, Miss Minaj, that's going down hard and fast. Once, because I heard it was just the House representatives, I think now it goes to the Senate. Once they get them emails out, and we really, because y'all don't know white folk. Y'all think y'all do. Y'all don't know them unless you've been behind them walls. You understand? Y'all really haven't seen or felt the wrath of white folk until you've been behind them walls during time and really observing them. Y'all don't know white folk. Okay? So y'all don't have a clue on how they operate. You dig? Y'all don't have a clue. Not at all. Okay? But you standing tall with them. Okay? Minaj, check this out. This is how foul propaganda and mass news media is. Look at what they do. And I'm glad because we spoke about this in class not too long ago. Look. Minaj, who was born in Trinidad and Tobago, teamed up with President Donald Trump's U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Mike Waltz, to speak at an event hosted by the United States Mission to the United Nations that spotlighted religious violence and the unalivings of Christians in the most populous African nation. The rap mogul said she wanted to speak out against injustice and stand up for people who are persecuted for their beliefs. This is what she said. That's what she said out her mouth. Okay? Okay? Here she go. In Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes and unalived. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart, and entire communities live in fear constantly simply because of how they pray, she told the attendees. Now, see how all that shit sound? Ooh, Nicki's smart. She's politically active. She's telling them, you go, Nicki. Yeah, go ahead, dummy. Go, dumb girl. Go, dumb girl. Go, dumb dumb. Because this is where it gets real complicated for you, Miss Trinidad and Tobago. Okay? Minaj, who has been a vocal supporter of the Trump administration's actions to combat the persecution of Christians in Nigeria, seemed to distance herself from politics. Addressing her fans directly, who she calls Barbs, she once again said that she was not taking sides. You're not taking sides. You're not in Nigeria speaking to audiences where they can tell you whether or not these are Christians being persecuted. You didn't do that. You stood tall with Trump. You're in the White House space with the UN. You in the UN in the White House space with the White House people. That's choosing a side, dummy. You know the rules. Okay, check it. This is what she said. Barbs, I know you're somewhere listening. I love you very much. I love you so very much. Barbs, where y'all at? Because she loves y'all dumbass and y'all dummies love her. Right? Let's continue, Barbs. Where y'all at? You have been the ultimate light in my life and career for so long. I appreciate you, and I want to make it very clear once again that this isn't about taking sides. This is about standing up in the face of injustice. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will continue to stand for that for the rest of my life. I will care if anyone anywhere is being persecuted for their beliefs. I've never seen her at a rally or parliament with the guards who's consistently persecuted for what they believe in. The nation of 5%. The nation of gods and earths consistently are being persecuted. Palestinians lost 69,000 people. In all reality, that's a couple of generations. They won't be right for a long time. She ain't say shit that I heard. Not once. Okay? Now, I sat back and I was thinking, I was like, hold on now, Bliz. You keep a pulse on geopolitics. So you started looking, initially, the first thing that came to my mind was like, hold on. Not only is she a melanated woman, she is Trinidadian. I know that because of what hoopla she was making with Foxy Brown and all that. She's Trini. And I know something that's been going on. We covered it in class just last week, if maybe 10 days ago, about Trinidad and Tobago. Why in the hell, Nicki Minaj, you over there talking about Nigeria? Have your ass been to Nigeria? Did you do a show in Nigeria? Huh? With your inflated buttocks? Did you do a show in Nigeria? Did you visit Nigeria? Do you have Nigerian friends who were persecuted for being Christians in Nigeria? We don't know. But I know for absolute fact, Trinidad and Tobago, let's go to the notes, Bliz, because we don't want to, speak from way out there somewhere. We want to stay real close so the people know where I'm going with it. Check it out. Trinidad and Tobago is a religiously diverse, with the population practicing a wide range of faiths. As of 2020, Christianity remains the largest religion, followed by Hinduism and Islam. Trinidad and Tobago, religion, Christianity, 65.9% of the island is Christian. Christianity is followed by around 65.9%. That's damn near 66% of the population of Trinidad and Tobago is Christian. Major Christian denominations include Roman Catholics, Pentecostals, Anglicans, Baptists, Seventh-day Adventists, Presbyterians, Methodists, Jehovah's Witnesses, and Moravians. That's in Trinidad. Christians, 69%. Why are you worrying about Christians in Nigeria, Nicki Minaj? Why? You don't know what's going on with the Christians in Trinidad and Tobago? You don't know what's going on with the Christians in Trinidad? I do. Dummy. I do. So again, is Nicki Minaj being used? Is she a dummy being used, or did she have no choice and they sent for her ass? Do she owe Trump and them something? Let's go. The small island country of Trinidad and Tobago is in the middle of an American military buildup. The U.S. has deployed warships and attacked alleged DRUG boats nearby, leaving residents on edge. So your own home island country is on edge. Over the past 2 months, the U.S., Trump, Congress, House of Representatives DEA, right? And FBI, right? Homeland Security. Look, the U.S. Coast Guard, the U.S. has deployed warships in the Caribbean and attacked boats officials say were carrying DRUGSs. All of this is occurring in the open waters near the small island country of Trinidad and Tobago, and it has left many there seeking explanations. The island is under attack by the United States. And your ass is in the UN talking about Nigeria? Your Christians in Trinidad are getting persecuted and unalived. So what the hell's the matter with you, Nicki Minaj? Christians are being persecuted in Trinidad, and you talking about Nigeria? Listen, this is an interview getting to the point from a local Trinidadian newspaper. What happened? See, Blaze? Yeah. Tell them to fund the war effort. What they say, see, Blaze? How did she bypass all that? And the whole Western Hemisphere of believers. I listen. See, Blaze, listen. This is our homeland. See, this is where the FBAs and the ADO, this is how they start to, cherry pick and say, see how ignorant they are? See how they love white oppression? See how they love white supremacy because they from the islands and they don't know? That this is the fuel you give them when a celebrity, a rap mogul who is Trinidadian is talking about the persecution of Christians in Nigeria because Trump said so. And you not looking at the persecution of Christians in your own homeland, right? Here's an interview by a news agency and a person on the ground. Statement: the United States insists its massive operation in the Caribbean is all about stopping DRUGSs from flowing north. David Abdullah, a political analyst in Trinidad, says it feels like this is about much more. David Abdullah says you don't need that kind of military asset to deal with some DRUG runners with some speedboats. Interviewer: so far, the United States has deployed bombers and war jets, guided missile destroyers, and some 10,000 troops, as President Trump has warned that the U.S. may well go after what he calls narco-terrorists on land in Venezuela. Okay? Abdullah: way back in our history, the Caribbean was, in fact, a major theater of war between colonial powers. Okay, interviewer: what worries Abdullah is that it appears the Caribbean may be headed to the same place. Okay, if you drive south and west all the way to where Trinidad ends, you end up in Cedros, a short boat ride away from Venezuela. I find people watching some kids play in the surf. He hasn't seen Venezuela or his 3 kids for 3 years because he's afraid to take that trip. This is what's going on in Trinidad. Okay? Again, A stone throws away from Venezuela in the eye of a political storm fueled by a U.S. naval deployment. Fishermen from the archipelago of Trinidad and Tobago fear getting caught up in the tumultuous weaponry and attack between Venezuelan military preparations in response to muscular U.S. provocation on the one hand and Trinidad-backed American strikes on alleged GRUG boats on the other. People who normally ply their trade in the sea said they are keeping a low profile. So you are a Christian in Trinidad and a fisherman and scared to go out and get fish, scared to go on these boats. Christians being persecuted. What's up, Nicki Minaj? In Trinidad, Christians are being persecuted by the U.S. This is U.S. backed. These are U.S. Naval, Coast Guard, right? Why you ain't go to the UN and say that? What are you talking about Nigeria for? There has been closer policing, said a 58-year-old fisherman, on fishing in Venezuelan territorial waters where boats from Trinidad and Tobago were previously left to operate undisturbed. Several said those fishermen said Venezuelan patrols have been violently repelling Trinidadian vessels and beatings and extortion have increased. The territory curtailed the fishermen have seen their yields and income dwindle. So now these good Christian fishermen from Trinidad have been getting extorted, have been getting beat if they dare to go out there to get some fish to take care of themselves. We have to assume that they're Christian because 66% of the island are fishermen. 66% of the island are Christians. Nicki Minaj, are you going to speak for your people? No, and I'm going to get to why not. Yeah, we're going to get to why not. Let's continue. Anything can happen, they say. U.S. strikes in the Caribbean and Pacific have unalived at least 62 people on boats. Washington claims were ferrying DRUGSs in recent weeks. Family members and victims' governments have said some of them were just fishermen at sea. Earlier this month, U.S. President Donald Trump hailed the success of the operation, saying, "We're so good at it that there are no boats. In fact, even fishing boats, nobody wants to go in the water anymore." Nobody wants to go in the water anymore. Fishermen don't want to go in the water no more. The people who usually frequent Trinidad for carnival and all that shit, they scared to get in the water. But Nicki Minaj, the Trinidadian, the Trinidadian said nothing. She says nothing about the island of Trinidad. She talking about persecution of 3,000 Christians in Nigeria when her peoples, who she just banged for, help Israel unalive 69,000. Let's continue. Let's continue. At least 2 of those unalived were Trinidadians, according to loved ones, though the government of the U.S. aligned nation of 1.4 million people has refused to confirm the identities recently of these attacks. The fishing is the only thing we have to make a dollar, said Rakesh, a 42-year-old, adding he was afraid of the diplomatic fallout, but without an alternative, you have to take a chance, he said. But at sea, anything can go left. Anything can go left. Okay? You understand? Fishermen said the Trinidadian Coast Guard was also making life more difficult for them in an area known as a hot spot for the trafficking of DRUGS's arms and people, including Venezuelans fleeing dire economic straits in their own country. Okay? So now you got U.S., you got U.S. Navy, you got U.S. Coast Guard, you got the Venezuelan sea people, right? And now you got your own Trinidadian Coast Guard. All of these law enforcement oppressive agencies coming down on fishermen. What? Oppressing Christian fishermen. Nicki, are you dumb or were you sent? Were you called for? Check this out now. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad is a fierce critic of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and a friend of Trump who has welcomed the U.S. strikes. So here this bitch rocking with Trump. So that's why Nicki ain't saying shit about the Christian fishermen persecuted in the waters off of Trinidad. Because the prime minister rocking with Trump. This is another stupid ass. Y'all don't know he's going down. Y'all don't know white supremacy, which was a false narrative to begin with, is failing, is weakening, it's going to be gone. But your black asses are standing tall with it because that's all you've been conditioned to believe. Maduro accused her of turning Trinidad and Tobago into an aircraft carrier of the American empire after Washington sent a guided missile destroyer there for 4 days for a joint military exercise within striking distance of the Venezuelan mainland. But Miss Rappin' Minaj, you not aware of this? If you're not aware of it, you shouldn't be speaking about it. Let's continue. Caracas fears the U.S. deployment of war vessels is part of a regime change plan under the guise of the anti-drug operation. This sounds like Panama all over again. All over again. All over again. Now, they've been using drones and all type of shit to go. The drones, the sound of the drones is what's scaring these people, these fishermen. So now I got a question. I'm like, okay, so maybe Nicki don't know none of this shit. Maybe she just a dummy. But then I got to think. Because Eric Adams just went to Israel. So I know he paying homage and paying allegiance because they on his neck. Dummy Mayweather, they in his grippers. So I know why they went. So I'm trying to think, why would Nicki go? Why would Nicki be in alignment with this shit and she don't know her ass from her elbow? So I'm saying maybe she has no choice. Maybe her papers ain't right and ICE might get up on her. Or maybe she had family members who paperwork wasn't right, and T Trizzle done bust a move for her. So he sent her to the United Nations. We don't know these people. We don't know nothing about. Maybe she was moving some DRUGSs for the Trump administration. Because they keep going at this Maduro dude same way they was going at Manuel Noriega. And Manuel Noriega was hustling for the U.S. government. Yes, he was. And then they went and took his ass up out of there. That could be the same shit for Maduro. And maybe they are running, some type of work through Trinidad. And maybe Nicki Minaj's family got caught up in it. Maybe her husband was doing some business he wasn't supposed to. Maybe somebody got trapped off in ice. Anything could have happened, and Nicki might have been sent for to pay her dues, to pay her tab. Because this shit don't make sense that you talking about Christians in Nigeria when the Christians in Trinidad are being persecuted, are being droned and bombed, being blown out of the water. Nicki Minaj, sit your ass down. If you can. Yeah, sit that big bubble ass down. Be quiet. Okay? Because if you don't know where to sit on a political spectrum, you're going to do more than play yourself. But again, we don't know, y'all. She might be in debt. We don't know if she tried to bust a move in them waters. We don't know. That's how y'all have to start looking at things. Like, yo, when something don't make sense, it don't make sense, and you can't force it to. You think that she really, really has a concern about what's going on in Nigeria, and she don't give two damns about what's happening in Trinidad? Y'all gotta make that make sense. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense. What up, brother-in-law? What's good? What up, Wayne? She was sent by the powers that be, huh? Yeah, I never heard her speak on nothing international other than, she thinks she large in Japan and shit like that. I never. These, come on, yo. Come on, yo. And like I said, all of these so-called influencers, stars, I told y'all that in the beginning of the year that they going down hard and fast. Because the more people are awakened, all right? The more they are in knowledge of what's going on, change has to happen. It has to. You dig? It has to. Man, brother Lord, I don't have what you call it. I ain't got a choice. I have to have consistent good topics because these people be playing with me. They trying to act like I'm not that individual because of how I present. They trying to act like that somebody on this shit is smarter or more intelligent than me. They trying to act like somebody's more committed to their people than I am. So I gotta consistently hit with topics that is going to shift some shit. Because they still donating to Umar. They still giving Sizzle Lips, Nasheed money. They still doing that dumb shit. They still paying attention to Wallow and all this other weird shit. These people that don't give you shit. That are in bed with the same enemies. I told you there's no difference between Clarissa Shields and Scarlett. No difference. Nicki Minaj from Pepper and Salt. There's no difference between none of these individuals all eat off the same bag. None of them give shit to anybody outside of their institutions. They don't help. And now you're in a space with so-called woke and conscious folk on social media. They not giving shit to their communities neither. Yet y'all give them millions. And I can't get a million pennies. So I got to make sure that my topics is on point. Because they will sit here like I told you. And like I teach and educate people who are on my caseload. Your own people will watch you starve and die attempting to liberate them. And thus liberate yourself. They will sit there and watch this shit and then go and giggle with their thumb in their ass talking about Takashi or some other sports bullshit or some fake ass activist that's not telling them solution-based shit. So I understand the position. Trust me, I do. That's why I go hard. I don't want to be up at midnight with this. This is shit I know off the top of my head. This shit, I do this in my sleep. But I gotta be consistent because this is all they respect is consistency. So when you're not on, I've told you, I've witnessed individuals put old videos out, replay videos out, and I've watched their super chats. I know what they do off this shit. And these are dudes that are getting high. They get their little monthly statements and all that shit from YouTube, whatever. They get their little Cash Apps and PayPals, and they go right to the goddamn DRUG man. They go right to them and get all type of dumbass weed and all type of pills and bullshit, and then go out there and trick off on whores. So I already know how this shit run. I already know what it is. I knew what it was before I stepped into it. Because I've been doing the work. You know that, brother. I've been doing the work for decades. I know how people move. I know how they move. I watched them sit there and let H. Rap Brown, our imam, wither away. He's almost transitioning. Nobody gives shit to him or his family. And he is the most instrumental piece in Black militancy. I'm watching him do the same thing with Mumia Abu Jamal, Dr. Mumia. I watched what they did to Mutulu Shakur. I know what it is. But that doesn't prevent me from doing what I got to do, whether they fund it or not, whether they help it or not. That is not my task to worry about what they do. My task is to educate and to be authentic and real. So I could pull a topic from anywhere and give it a real concrete political spin, because this is me. I've been doing this. I've been born. I've been sent here to do it. So I watch. Like I said, this technology. You see who donate and who don't. You see who you can see it all day, every day. You can see who's. Listen, this shit is a science. Do you understand? There's nothing hidden anymore. There have been people who think they're getting, who've been watching for years and never supported, period. Gave a penny or nothing. That's just what they do. And all that does is make me go harder. It makes this, use this to get, yo, what? I was asked today, do I rewatch any? I don't rewatch none of that. I don't. I let people do it, pick it apart. I probably would be surprised at some of the shit that I said over the years. That's so on point, so razor sharp, that done shifted people's whole thought about themselves and the world. This is what I do. But this is nothing in compared to when the war is really this, and this can't even measure to when I'm doing this at all. I'm definitely nasty with it. Oh, definitely. That's when you won't see me no more. And it'll be too late for you to get any type of anger management, any type of services, because the war is on too thick. You know, this shit is layers and levels. So we good. Don't worry about it. We definitely, and those who have been here and who have been rocking, that's the core. Those are the individuals that will benefit the most because that's who you bring with you. Come on, yo. That's how you rock and roll with that. You did? What up, Molly? What's good? We on our way up out of here. Yeah, we on our way up out of here. As always, don't believe in me, believe in my belief in you. Believe in my belief in you. We good. You understand? God cipher divine. We good. We strong. You gotta know that. You have to feel it. That's that energy. You gotta know that. All right? You dig, stand tall. Make sure you come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Make sure you come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Okay? Be safe out there. If you here, book the sessions. Don't play. You miss one, you play yourself. You understand? Yeah. It's that thick. If you got any ideas, if you already selling your wares or your services and all that, put it in the comments, put it in chat, build with each other. You dig? All right. What? I would love to see you link up with who? From Cal's podcast. Who's that? He's a bit peculiar. Who is that? You said Gus? I'm trying to read. You know, I got this colorful shit on. Gus from Cows. What's that? Hit me to that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Cows. What's that? Am I missing something? There's a lot of people. I see new people every day. Going viral, getting subs, getting followers. I see people. I don't. Again, I'm a different breed. You know, I'm a different breed. Ice is out in Charlotte, running up in, yeah, well, Charlotte is open carry, right? Right or wrong? Is Charlotte open carry? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Charlotte open carry? Concealed carry and all that. It is, so they need to get the. Why they ain't busting their hammer? I can't. Listen. I have no empathy for somebody that's letting somebody who has no authority over them to run up on them and handle them and bang them up. Nah. Y'all supposed to have ice leaking out there. The South? I thought the South get busy. Charlotte? The baby and all that? Charlotte done been having a gang problem for about 20 years now. They not putting ice on their heels? Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all better start backing them down. I'm telling you, they not going to stop. They not gonna stop until y'all drop a few. A few. Here's what it is. Ain't nobody with no mask supposed to be running up on you. You don't know who it is. They not announcing nothing. Man, somebody got to take the charge to see if it stand tall, man. I'm serious. They in Durham too, right? Damn. Telling you. I have no empathy. Not a little bit. None. In the South, y'all supposed to be down there letting that thing rip. And they run up. Y'all, that's supposed to be it. Y'all supposed to be tearing their ass up. All right? Anything else before I go? Again, as always, Frankie Fears, much appreciation for funding the war effort. One and only tonight. Super chats, you already know what it is. Much appreciation for the super chats. But remember, super chats, YouTube get about 60% of that. Yep, they do. Okay. Much appreciation to those who funded. Classroom assistants, thank you for holding it down as always. Okay. Yes, always. What else, y'all? I don't know. Yeah, I am well aware that Stephen A. Smith ass is out for that particular space. Okay? I don't know. He still might be rocking with Disney and all that, but they're about to feed him to the wolves too. They all get fed to the wolves after them old face say, your services are no longer needed. Yeah, their ass is out. How you want to get it and I got it from you. You talking about? Or did I? No, I think oh no, I got this. Yeah, I know where I got. I got this right from down there. Yeah. Should sit right here. And shit, you know? I'm tired too, I don't know. I had a mean one today. See that? See how that sit? Yeah, I'm hurting. I'm sore. But it make the shirts fit nice though. Don't you think? Yeah, I'm about to go get me some damn spinach. Like Popeye and them. Need some spinach and shit. Yeah. Alright? Yeah, sax on fifth or something like that. Alright? Anyway, you got to do a lot of arms. Do a lot of arms, a lot of back. Then you get that. But that's just for show. That's just for show. And in case you go back through the system. Yeah. I'm not going to be rustling and tussling with nobody in these streets. I got something for your ass. Yeah, that's this shit just to stay healthy, stay youthful, you know. Yeah. This ain't for no, yo, big man now. This ain't that type of party. I got something for their ass. Ooh-wee. Something to tear their ass right. Ooh. Boy, you ever seen somebody get hit? Ooh, yeah, it's hot, ain't it? Yeah, I know. Yes, sir. See you soon. So again, classroom assistance, bad. Much appreciation. See y'all later. You dig? 55 gang. Get y'all grades up.